Hey everyone, welcome back to The Explainer. I'm incredibly excited you're joining us today because, well, we're going on an absolutely epic journey. Today, we aren't talking about, modern astrophysics or giant space telescopes. No, we're rewinding the clock way, way back to look at an ancient, structural blueprint of the universe itself. We're going to tell the story of cosmic creation. Specifically, we'll dive into how early humanity visualized the ultimate triumph of order conquering absolute total chaos. It's honestly a masterful, almost architectural approach to how literally everything we know came to be.
Okay, just listen to the raw power in these words. And I commanded that there should be taken from light and darkness, and I said, be thick, and it became thus. Wow, that is the actual voice of the ancient text we're deciphering today. It instantly sets this incredibly deep, mysterious, and epic tone, right? Imagine being completely suspended in a primordial void, just absolute nothingness, and you hear this authoritative voice literally speaking reality into existence. But what's really wild to me isn't just that creation happens, it's exactly how it's described.
So that brings us to the first phase of the project, forging the raw elements. We have a literal, almost tactile recipe for creation here. Look at step 2. The command is, be thick. It's just so incredibly sensory. The creator doesn't just, snap their fingers and poof, there's a universe. They take immaterial things, light and darkness, and command them to condense, to gain mass, to be thick. And by spreading out this newly thickened mixture of light and dark, it physically becomes water. It's a brilliant, highly imaginative way for early thinkers to wrap their heads around how the physical world could actually materialize from pure abstract energy.
Next up in the blueprint, we move from chemistry to architecture, constructing the firm foundations.
Here's the massive problem they had to solve: the bottomless. To the ancient mind, literally nothing was scarier than the endless, dark, chaotic deep, the abyss. To conquer that abstract terror, the creator takes those bottomless waters and makes them firm. And honestly, the most beautiful part of this whole thing, the boundary used to wrap up and contain this terrifying abyss isn't made of rock or iron or anything like that. It's a foundational boundary made of pure light. They literally used light as the retaining wall for the cosmos, establishing ultimate cosmic order over the chaotic deep.
And this part brilliantly illustrates our deep, deep human craving for a tangible, structured cosmos. The text says the creator imaged it like crystal wet and dry, that is to say, like glass. I mean, think about how striking that sensory description is. The sky, the firmament holding back the cosmic waters, wasn't just empty air to them. It was physical. It was this enormous protective dome of glass. It really shows how desperately early humanity wanted the universe to be a safe, structured, physical terrarium keeping all that unknown chaos out.
Now that the foundations are locked in, we look up. Phase 3, the architecture of heaven.
All right, the absolute key here is this specific number, 7. The text has this intense, almost rhythmic obsession with the number 7. As the architecture of space takes shape, the creator establishes 7 islands and 7 circles, building them from the inside out. Now, in ancient traditions, 7 was a huge deal. It represented completeness, perfection, and divine order. So by weaving the number 7 into the very fabric of the cosmos, this blueprint is clearly telling us, hey, the universe isn't some random accident. It is a perfectly completed, intentional design.
Let's break down those specific architectural features. We have the 7 circles and the circumsession, basically the encircling boundaries of waters and elements. But look at that third point. A specific road is shown to each element. And then 7 stars are established, each in its very own heaven. Think about how incredibly comforting that idea must have been back then. In a world that often felt wildly unpredictable and dangerous, this cosmic blueprint promised that up above us, every single element and every single star has its own road. It has its own lane, its proper place. Nothing is lost. Absolutely everything is guided.
With the physical structure fully built, we hit the final stage. The first day dawns. This is where we shift from organizing space to organizing time.
This is the grand, dramatic separation. The creator takes light and darkness and separates them, moving them hither and thither, right there in the midst of the waters. They aren't just raw building materials anymore. They are given actual dominions. Light is assigned to be the day and darkness is assigned to be the night. It's the ultimate duality, right? The final stroke of order that literally dictates the rhythm of human existence. The physical construction is done and the great cosmic clock begins to tick.
Looking back at this grand sequence, you really get a sense of the breathtaking scale of this cosmic construction project. From that very first millisecond of commanding light and darkness to be thick and forging the waters, to securing the terrifying bottomless deep, all the way to mapping out the roads for the 7 stars. And as this immense, unimaginable work of creation finally winds down, darkness falls for the very first time as night. Then, the light rises. There was evening and there was morning. The first day is complete. The rhythm of life, as we know it, has officially begun.
So, I want to leave you with this one thought to chew on. Today, we know the universe is this sprawling, violently expanding vacuum filled with dark matter, exploding stars, and just endless black space. But when you understand this ancient glass-like blueprint, this beautiful story where light is a literal foundation, where the sky is a protective crystal dome, and where every single star has its own comforting road, how does that change your perspective? To me, it's a powerful reminder of our enduring human need to look up into the terrifying vastness of the unknown and purposefully find structure, meaning, and order. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep looking up and keep asking those big questions.